Oh my god, bring me the angst! I am generally quite the opposite of Wiki. I enjoy sad endings. I enjoy endings in which bad guys get their comeuppance. I enjoy endings in which things kind of go on like usual because that's the way real life is. And I think a lot of that has to do with the way different people read things. Sometimes I read things for escapism, yeah, but a lot of times I'm reading things that are studies of the human condition, just because that's the kind of geekery that interests me. The most important thing to me about an ending that will affect whether I like it or not is whether or not it comes to a logical conclusion. I like endings that follow from where the story was going. I don't like endings where aliens attack for no reason, or the Deus Ex Machina, or however you say that, comes in and fixes everything. And they're fun to read sometimes, but they don't really make the story stick with me. I do, while we're discussing endings, want to talk for a minute about epilogues. I've read some very effective epilogues in my time, and they can do some really interesting things for a story. It's like when you put those Spanish tiles on the roof of a house. They can really add to the overall image of the full picture. A lot of times when I read epilogues, though, they don't do anything for the story. And I'm going to pull the most recent epilogue from my memory, which is the one at the end of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. But that was pasted on. I really enjoyed JKR's work, and I think she's done a lot to get kids reading, and I think her stories have interesting plots, but I think she should stay away from epilogues. The epilogue didn't further the story. That particular epilogue didn't give any further meaning to the story either. I really wish people wouldn't have domestic disputes while I'm trying to film a vlog. And where the F is that helicopter? I think as writers of fiction, our first job, I'm going to stab whoever's flying that helicopter. I gave up being outside because people blow! Anyway, as I was saying, I think that as writers of fiction, our first priority should be to the story. And yes, we have a lot of information, but we don't always need to tell it to everybody, which is one of my major failings. I'm fully willing to admit that I edit the crap out of everything I write and cut down thousands of words because I give too much information. But a story is a story, and it follows an arc, and it ends where it ends. We shouldn't continue the story just because it'd be nice to know that Harry and Ginny got married and had 4 kids. Yeah, that's nice to know. I'm glad he got over all of the horrible abuse from his headmaster and the things that were thrust on him at too early an age and, almost dying and crap. But it's not important to the story. So I feel kind of iffy on epilogues. I'm not really a fan of them. But I think they can be done well. How do you guys feel about epilogues? Yay, nay? Let me know in a comment or video response. And I'm gonna make that it for this week. I'll see you later, nerds. Have a good weekend.